Morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. It's your boy Max, and we're here with another podcast. So I got good reviews on the last podcast, so I decided to continue, as I said I would, actually. Whether or not I think I got good reviews, I will still continue. And as usual, if you guys have questions, please come over and ask your questions. I think one of the things I've learned so far from my guests is that a lot of people will just listen to the podcast and keep quiet. But you now meet me in person and start asking me. Or you wait till one day we meet one guy, you now start asking me questions. I'm like, then why did you ask me when you just heard this thing? Why did you wait till I met you one way or the other? Because you meet people that, I'm a fan of the podcast, so thank you. But I listened to this podcast. I was like, what did you think about? I'm just like, so the time when we did not know each other, will I bite you if you ask me a question? Because I feel like people have a wrong conception about me that I won't respond to you. People of God, ask anybody that knows me. Within 24 is even too much. Within 12 hours, you get a response. No matter what you say, you get a response. So please, just go into the Max Talk Twitch. I really don't care whether you're fine or not, to be very honest. So it's not a matter of self-esteem. In case you are reading, this guy will look at my page and feel like I sincerely don't care. Because I am looking for constructive feedback. Whether or not it's Max, you said rubbish here. Yeah, what did I say? What is your view on it? Do you understand what I'm saying? And if you want me to even bring out your view on this podcast and let's discuss it, we'll discuss it. But for you to keep quiet and I'll say, this guy doesn't care about what I was saying, even if it's a simple, because honestly, I think one day I'll compile like the thank you messages and just make a podcast about it. Because sometimes I feel like you guys think I'm lying, that people don't actually do these things. So I'll compile it one day, because people send it in sometimes messages and some people send it in like voice notes. So I'll compile everything and I'll just put it on the page that, okay, this is the review. Because sometimes it's very good for you to see these things. So anyway, back to what we're learning today. Now, two things. This one's always be very, well, let's go, Sha. Another two things I learned. One, be active in community development early. Now, this is one thing that is one of my biggest regrets in CU, that I wasn't active in community development. As some people say, it's not my business, that, there's a saying, when the good decide to do nothing, and I'm paraphrasing, it may not be the exact same, but when the good decide to do nothing, evil people reign. Now see, a lot of the time, you have ideas for what you want to happen in CU, all right? But because you keep quiet and you feel like, I don't want to join this position, it's too stressful, it's this and that, you begin to be led by people that don't have sense. And this is not a shade, so if I is a shade, to be very honest, I did not mention any post. And for you reason, I'm not mentioning student council. Or let's just say I'm not just mentioning student council. And I'm not saying they are moves, don't get me wrong. But some of the decisions that you hear from them, I'm talking leaders in general, you just marvel as to what's how. I'm not saying if you're in that position, you do better, because a lot of time they are handicapped. To be very honest, I know a lot of student council guys, they are handicapped. Like there's nothing they can do. But for you to be in that position, at least be there. Because a lot of the time, you will see some things that happen. You won't even know which one is. That's the thing people don't understand. You won't even know which one is, they were handicapped and this was the decision they made. Because all they will tell you altogether was, it's out of our hands. But to be very honest, from what I've heard from some of the student council guys, it is not their handicap. Some of them is their decision. They made that decision by themselves. But because they saw negative feedback, they now use the concept of, they were handicapped. That, this was a decision by clinical, that, they were just handicapped. So that way everybody will just swallow. Do you understand? No, not swallow it, but that one's your business. Nobody really cares. So, join community development very early. Because there are many spaces. And things about CU, let me give you a nugget that nobody wants to tell you in CU. Each space has its benefits. So, let me tell you something right now that, gets in serious trouble for saying it, but I'll tell you. There are a lot of spaces in CU when you get benefits beyond being a student. When I say beyond being a student, if you understand, you understand. I'm not going to explain that one. You get a lot of benefits beyond being a student. And there are a lot of places where, when you are in those spaces, you will live life better than people that are not students. Let me just let you know, you will live life like you are not a student. Some spaces in CU. So this is not me telling you, go and find those spaces. Because a lot of people misbehave as per, it's not my business. Okay. It's just because all those guys, they don't want to allow it. If you see the way some people live, you'll be wondering, are you a student? Are you this? Are you that? They get benefits that you cannot imagine. Some people, the daily struggles you are struggling, they never think, they can't fathom it. because their life is not like that. As regards to where they are. So let me tell you something. In case you don't know, it is very. Let me tell you now for free. This is free information. That's it. Go and develop. Go and develop yourself and go and be in a community. Some of you are like, I'm 100 level. I can't be in a community this early. Sorry, I can't. Be head of a community this early. Fine, I agree. I agree. Yeah, but enter the community. Be active. When I say be active, make sure they notice you. Notice I said community, not chaplaincy. Because somebody will say, oh, so you're telling people to enter chaplaincy and just be active just because they want to be head. I didn't say chaplaincy. I said community. Chaplaincy is a community of like-minded individuals for Christ to build the enter army for Christ. That's different. But the ethnic community, join the community and be active. I've been family level. I've been opportunity to be in a lot of communities where, unfortunately, I was not the head. But to be honest, I had relationships with all the heads. So when I'm hearing stories of some certain things that the benefits they are getting, I'm telling you, power pass power. Just because they are not showing it doesn't necessarily mean okay. Because you look at somebody, oh, this guy is head of something. Oh, the guy is just okay. Some people feel like Steph Castle Chairman has the most power because he can move around with boss. I'm telling you, there are things past boss. There are benefits you have that is way. In fact, boss is insignificant. Then he's insignificant compared to what you'll be getting. Okay. All right, let me just leave that one to you, whatever you want to do. But join the community. Join. If possible, from your 200 level, apply for student council. See things. Because the truth is, you see, information is power. The real thing, information is power. When you know things before they happen, you can prepare for it. And when you can prepare for it, you can set yourself in a posture that will be beneficial for you in CU. The reason why you struggle is because you don't know some things in CU. Let me tell you now. In case you are not sure, 100 level you are listening to this, 200 level you are listening to this, 300 level you are listening to this, 400 level is late for you, but you are listening to it. The reason why you are struggling in CU is because you don't know some things. If you knew them before they happened, bam, your life would have been different. But because you do not know, you just get there and be experiencing things. That's why some people pass through to you and things are happening to them. You are not happening to anything. Let me tell you, I'm not come here to aspire to Maguire, but you people have made me do it. Join a community early. Whoa. Some of you, the only thing you know how to do is spend time with your babe. Whoa. And it goes back to what I said last episode. Join a community helps you to learn a skill, helps you to learn work ethic, helps you to learn how to work with others and collaborate. These are things that are valuable, things that are transferable skills that are valuable in real life. But no, the only thing you know how to do is sit down inside your room and be reading a novel that is telling you how to kiss boys. You don't have sense. The only thing that you know how to do is sit down in your room and play FIFA. Someone that is whooping you 10-0, you don't have sense. The only thing you know how to do is spending time with your baby that you break up within 1 year, you don't have sense. Oh my God, I've been a little bit pain, but yes, I'll accept it. Anyway, what I'm just saying is, go and join the community. Because honestly, apart from the benefits, you have a lot of things to gain from it. For example, a community of people that are useful to you. In 100 level, do you know how useful it is to have 500 level students, 400 level students, 300 level students that are in your course or are not in your course, that will help you, guide you, teach you, give you advice, that will set you apart from your mates. To be very honest, people don't even rate that thing so much that you have information that sets you. I am currently friends with a lot of 100 level, all right, and you see that the difference in how they are or how they were when they came and they're in where they are right now as to compare to their mates is a large gap, because they constantly come to me for advice, they constantly come to me for help, not just in their course, because a lot of them are not even in my course, they're not even doing engineering, but in their reasoning, in the way they go through CU, in the way they act, in the way they stay out of trouble, in the way they are participating and their lives are better. Because the truth is, when you go with someone that's been 500 level, 400 level, and 100 level, the idea, and you're even in 200 level, the idea is you begin to learn a lot of things that ordinarily it would have taken you experience to learn. And that experience, you will suffer. But when you say, oh, this guy tells this guy, don't do this, or do this way, it seems very, very underrated. It seems like this guy is trusting shit. Because in the beginning, it doesn't really look like it's valuable information. But by the time you settle down to even reason it, you now see that, okay, this is actually very valuable information that I must not miss out on. Do you understand what I'm saying? So go to a community and be active so that you can meet people. So let me tell you bonus, and this is playing devil advocate. A lot of people go to communities and meet their babes. You enter a community, you become active. A girl will notice you. A guy will notice you. You guys start talking. Bam! You've entered relationship because you joined a community. But you sit there in your room where your bed already has your butt crack on it and you do not do anything with your life. Really? Really? Join a community, it helps. Plus, a lot of the time when you enter a community, you meet people that have experience in what you are trying to do. Goes back to learning a skill. When you want to learn a skill, you meet some people that have experience in what you are trying to do. They can be your mentors. They can teach you. They can help you. They can be people that will help you grow. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you now settle down and you say you don't want to enjoy community, because now it goes back to what I said in the beginning. When you now do these things, you're not in a position of power, or let's just use the word authority. So now when you get there, you can now make the changes and be involved in the decisions that involve you. Do you understand? So that you will not be always be complaining. Some of you that complain so much, can you were in those situations, you will not be complaining so much. But because you are not in those situations, you complain so much. Some people are shouting about CPC. These guys don't know what they're doing. They're doing. When they were applying, your name was not there. It's different if you applied and you're rejected. Fine. You still have rights to complain a little bit because at least you tried. So you did not apply. But you are so much on this CPC's matter that you don't have sense. When they were saying apply, you did not apply. But now, you everything you must be there. You must, CPC, they did not do job already, they don't have sense. CPC, we did not have we did not have sense. Shut up your mouth. When they were applying, where were you? Sincerely. Oh, the student council, when they were applying, where were you? Oh, my kitty head, where are you? When they were applying, where were you? You just be moving like moo. And this, let me say something that will help me transition into my next point. Even in service units, because I said service units is also a community, enter there and be active. Apart from the fact that, spirituality and that, be active. What's the point of joining a service unit and be useless? Be active. They don't need empty bodies, to be very honest. A lot of people service units don't even have space. So they don't even need space in their office. So they don't need you to come there and now be saying stupid things or enter there and not be active. Be active. Forget the fact of being at a school. Be active because it's the Lord's work. Just be active. I don't really understand what you are doing as an individual in a service unit that you are not active. And this is coming from somebody that wasn't active in their last year. Let me tell you something. I wasn't active in community unit. I left. That's just it. A lot of people didn't even know when I left because I was still coming to the unit, still doing stuff. I was not just coming for communion stuff. I was just using the office for work, basically. Some people say that's bad. That's really your opinion. I really don't care. Well, yeah. So my point here is, be active. There's blessing in service. But at the same time, most of the people I met that changed my life were from communion units. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're from attendance units. We're from HSL. We're from which other communities? P1 million. Even though I was not active in P1. In fact, I was never active in P1. I was just very close to the head. And so I met people via, that opportunity. We're from P1 million. We're from, I can't remember, college planning committee, stuff like that. Chancellor's Corps. When you meet people, you just interact, you just have fun, things like that. These are the things I'm talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you are sitting down, just useless, don't want to do anything, talking with your guys, you meet people that will add value to your life in these communities. And that now brings me to transition into joining a service unit. I don't even understand how much they've stressed this thing so much. Join a service unit. I'll get to the spiritual part of it because we're talking about Matthew 6:33. It'd be Matthew 6:33. Do you understand? But aside from that, join a service unit for even the earthly benefits. So our God will bless you. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all will be added unto you. But let's start with the spiritual parts. One of the things I learned in CU was that kingdom stewardship, or when they say kingdom stewardship, or enhancing the kingdom, it's not just about prayer. Some of you just come out and say, I'm praying is all right. I don't want to join a service unit. I don't want to enjoy politics. See, I am here to tell you that service unit has a lot of politics. I'm not going to lie. Is it supposed to be? No. But it has a lot of politics, and you can't avoid that. But the reality is, to be honest, the politics are only there if you are there for the wrong reason. If I'm there to just serve God, as in, all I am there for is to serve God, though. I don't really care about anybody else. To be honest, politics will matter to you. Politics only matters to you if you are trying to attain a certain post. If I'm there to serve God, okay. If they don't pick somebody to serve over me, the honest truth is, in most services, there's always an opportunity to serve, whether or not they post you or not. For example, even if they don't post me to serve inside the service during communion, enter the office and start washing cups. In TC, even if they don't post you to stand and to, what's the word? Maybe visual or audio, just be in and around the service unit to help them edit videos, help them do this. Is that not helping? Is that not still serving? So some of you that are saying, oh, they didn't post me to serve, you are doing yourself. There are a lot of opportunities for you to serve. The honest truth, let me tell you interesting fact. Even going to the heads, oh, how are you doing? You're in final year, because the heads are most likely in final year or 300 level or 400 level, at least 500 level. Oh, you're in 300 level, your workload may be much. Is there anything I can do to help you to ease the workload? That is service, because you're assisting the human being. It is not until they carry notebook and they're writing your name and they're saying this is you're assisting the human being. And you're doing it out of I want to save. Not I am trying to put myself in good word, because I'll tell you the truth, that's something I did. In case people don't understand, that's something I did. I was having in mind about I wanted to be an ESCO. Do you understand? So I was trying to put myself out there to ensure that, oh, these guys see me. And that's the wrong mindset. I'm telling you things I did so that you guys are aware. That's a very terrible mindset. Where you're only doing things because you want them to pick you for something. Sure, did they pick me? Yes, they nominated me. But due to some factors that are irrelevant to what we're talking about, I did end up getting chosen for the position. But when you put yourself out there and you're working for God, the reality is the blessings just come. You cannot be in a service and be active and things are going wrong for you. By special grace and mercy of God, I can say this now. I finished Common University 5 years, not a single offense form. I've never seen an offense form. I didn't say I've never written. I said I've never seen. Do you think that protection is by, I am running around or I'm listening? I met MSS face to face where I was holding contraband and nothing happened. As in, God just helped me. As in, the MSS just passed. They searched my guy, they didn't search me. Do you think that one is not grace? Do you think it's not favor? Some of you just used to pass around doing rubbish. You don't even understand that sometimes, man, it's the things you do before that help you now. It's not just by prayer. Act, save. You cannot be serving God and be in trouble. It's not possible. So when they say save, save. So we are doing, I'm a fine boy, I'm a senior man. Senior man for what? So all these things are normal. Because the truth is, when you face problems, you face them alone. Even if they catch all of you in a group, they give all of you your exposure letters individually. So when you face problems, you face them alone. So all this nonsense that we're doing, I don't want to serve, I don't want to lose my steez, my crush should see me and think I'm somehow. You know the weird thing about seeing you that people don't understand. Even this, do you know you look more out of place when you're not doing spiritual things than when you're doing spiritual things? People feel like if they see you on the road, that's one thing I learned from one of my guys, Japheth, is that, do you understand that in seeing you is one of the only places in Nigeria where you are out of place when you are not doing spiritual things. If you see somebody, let me tell you something. If you see somebody kabashing on the road as a rapper, you have to say katia pasaka, and you think, this guy is weird. Do you know it's you that is weird? Do you know? You that you're just standing there watching, it's you that is weird. Or you're walking, it's you that is weird. Because this is a spiritual ground, it's a holy ground. This is where anytime enemy soldiers are made, are built. In a camp where spiritual things are happening, when you are not spiritual, you are the odd one out. Do you understand? You see somebody doing spiritual things, acting, doing so much, doing this, doing that, and you feel like, this guy is doing too much. You are not doing enough. That's the mindset you should carry. So when I'm saying something not saving, I'm just like, do you understand that you're wasting so much unction on your life? You can put it in a way that I love so much. You say some of you think of your stay in Common University as like a meter. When you know a meter, you pay for electricity. When the meter runs out, you don't have light. Some of you, your parents have prayed so much on your life that they've invested so much, and then your grace meter is high. When you enter trouble and you really have problem, that grace keeps expanding. You enter trouble, nobody caught you. You did this, nobody caught you. The day that meter will finish is the day all that casala that has been waiting for you will meet you. You'll not be like, God, I hate MSS. Oh, this is too much. God, is it only me? You've been expending all the grace upon your life. Now the grace has finished. You are not here suffering all the suffering you want to suffer. When he gave that analogy, my eyes opened. I was like, God forbid that my grace meter finishes. God forbid. my favor meter finishes. God forbid. And to be honest, that's spoken for me in so many ways. I keep saying this thing. There are so many places I've been in CU that I was supposed to be suspended just for being there. As in, I was not. Let me give you an example. There was a time when people were doing drugs. I didn't know, to be very honest. It is when I left that area that they bundled people that were doing drugs, people that were just passing, they bundled all of them. And all of them went for drug test. Some of them were suspended, some of them were expelled, clinical. Me that I passed through that place, I was just passing. I was even talking to my guy around that side. And when I left, things happened. So when I say some things happen to you as per God, God is doing this, you don't understand. I wrote an exam. Me, Gongo, the exam I wrote, I knew that I didn't write up to 50%. As in I was writing, but you know, when you're just writing as per, you have to fill the paper. You're not writing as per, you know what you're writing is. I got my C was like 11, I got a C. Let me put that into context. To get a C, you have to get above 50. My C was 11. For a paper that I did not write out, times I got 40 something in that exam. 47, 40 something over 70 is basically a solid score. For a paper I did not write anything. Some guys have to sit down and analyze some things about service sincerely. Whoa. Because of you're expending energy in stupid things, I can't even lie. I'll bring this gifts thing and I'm going to talk about it because some people don't understand. You have time to spend so much time with your babe, to do gifts, to watch porn, to do this, but you don't even have enough time to sit down in the service unit and listen to the word of God. You don't have enough time to just come and save. You honestly don't love the time. Serving in a week doesn't take up to 5 hours. Let's talk about communion. Let's even talk about communion. You are serving in communion units. What do? You have the Sunday services, which to be honest, you serve for 10 minutes. The actual serving time is about 10-15 minutes. A Wednesday service, same thing. Let's add 15 minutes together. That's 30 minutes of serving that you're serving. Let's say, okay, the washing cups after takes like an hour. Let's say hours each. That's two hours. That's 2 hours. 2 hours, 30 minutes is all you save in a week. And you're complaining. 2 hours, 30 minutes. Compared to how much nonsense you are doing where you're in your hall, where you'll be doing all these things. And it's not benefiting you. But that 2 hours, 30 minutes can be different between you getting expelled and you finishing with a 5.0 or you finishing with a first class. So people don't even understand that. Analyzing things gives you correct understanding of what you're doing. Join a service unit today. See, and this is coming from somebody that left his service unit in 500. But the difference is, when I left my service unit, I intensified in my spiritual work because I understood that now I've left an opportunity for me to be blessed. I have to make sure that I make up ground in it in other areas. Some people may say this is so wrong. Shall still stay in the service unit. Is it not the same God you're serving? To be honest, there are other ways to serve God, not in the service unit. And I used to tell people this. The reason why I left my service unit is because I felt, number one, unwanted. Number two, I didn't feel not appreciated, but I didn't feel like I was making impact there anymore because of some things. So I left. If you are wanted in a particular place, please leave. I used to say this thing so much because it brings a lot of finish. It brings a lot of disrespect. And what did I do? I carry myself with is a lot of, I respect myself. So I obviously make sure that I don't do anything stupid. So when I see people disrespecting me unnecessarily, I just step. Because I know the caliber of person I am. I don't deserve this nonsense. Do you understand what I'm saying? And some people may call it pride. That's your business. There's a certain level of where you'll be carried, that you carry yourself around, that you just know that I don't deserve this nonsense. I don't need to tell you to respect me. If you cannot respect me normally, by the way I am, I just feel like you don't value me and I step. Sincerely. I don't tell you, do you know who I am? Do you know that's just unnecessary? I tell people, it is not by commanding respect. If people cannot respect you normally, then there is a problem. Either there's a problem with you or a problem with them. Do you understand? So I don't normally tell you on 500 level, I don't need to. Because I've seen people that respect me normally. There are my mates that still, oh, this guy is a senior man, this guy is this. I don't need to. Have I said anything? Do I need to command respect? Okay, let's look at Chancellor's Cup. You have that didn't rate me before. Oh yeah, one coach of the season, they're rating me now. Sure, did I need to shout that I'm a good coach before they rated me? Your works have evidence for you, Shikena. When you've done a lot of work, you let's not even get into that. But today, join the service unit, sincerely. And ironically, I keep saying this is from someone that left my service unit in final year. But obviously, that's a story for another day. Join the service unit. The blessing upon your life is too heavy. Some of you are wallowing in brokenness. Let me tell you something. Some of the prayers I prayed to God out of the service of what I did. 300 I said, God, I don't want to fail in course. Because I failed one CIT course. Even though now I realize that CIT is not necessary. Once you've done three CITs, if you decide not to register for the rest of them, you can graduate. Apparently, I just learned that. I don't know how true. I feel they say I think was in 200 level. As to 300 level, I said I told God, I said, God, my service this year, I don't care whatever happens. I don't want to fail a simple course. That was my service. That was what I tied my service to that year. Do you know that I faced, this was 300 level now, I faced worst academic situations in my life in 300 level. And I came through it without a single failure. I got a D in one course, but the rest of them, not a single failure. Do you know what that means? And now, if I sit down and begin to tell you guys what I experienced in 300 level, you'll be like, it is the grace of God upon your life. You know, it's because I worked, it's because I saved. It is because of the amount of effort I put into serving God. Because God is not a robber. When you work for Him, He can never owe you anything. So when you work for Him, you will naturally get paid. It's not by money. A lot of you are expecting God to pay you in money. Oh, God will send somebody to send me 30K. It doesn't always work like that. God can pay you in different ways, saving you from destruction, giving you good health. I keep telling people, 300 level, I didn't even know what medical center was. I didn't go there and buy food. I wasn't even close to medical center 300 level. But some people were naturally going every day, headache, breakdown, mental breakdown, headache. So people were always going there as an account of what I did not even know what medical center was. I forgot that the building was there. That tells you something on its own. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes when you hear something, you need to sit down and really reason your life about some things. So yeah, I hope this has provoked you like I provoked you in the last episode, and I'll still provoke you in the next one. Because it's what I'm here for. It's what I'm here for. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah.